started the live and I didn't know how to get it right. Oh, Aunt Bex, welcome. Okay, so today I'm going to try and finish this skirt. It's been lying around since in the middle of winter. We are now, so that was, I think it was July when I first went on it. And we are now in November. So I have the things over here for this hem. And I'm sorry I'm late. I struggle with the time frame. So I'm in South Africa. My computer is set on British time, and let's put this light on. And then I'm trying to work with everybody in all the different countries, trying to get a time that works for all of us. So it has been quite a thing. I'm just checking out the my skew over here. Let's just see. That looks right. Do I have to turn it? Nope. Sorry guys. This is my first live that I've scheduled. And yeah, it's a bit of a thing. Let me just see if I turn it around. What's that? No. Lighting, create, highlight, retouch. Flip maybe? No, that shows the back of the thing. Oh, you know what? Thanks for the hearts, I appreciate it. I feel a bit silly. Does it go like that? I think it does want to go like that. Okay, sorry guys. This is, yeah. There we go. Hey. Okay, so I'm going to work on this, and we are, it's now, what's the time now? It is now 1:20. So today, it took a bit longer than normally to get things sorted. So we are just going to get going on this. The next thing I have to do is sew the darts on the skirt, and I've pinned them in place. Oh, I have the wrong cotton on. So let's just change the cotton first. I'm not prepared for this. I'm sorry. I thought I was. I was sitting over there editing and working on some other work, and then suddenly I thought, let me just go and look at what's going on my live thing, because like I said, my time frame, I'm completely confused at the moment. And then I saw that people are actually waiting already because it's 1 o'clock in England, and I think it's morning in America. Maybe if you are watching, who else is there? Oh, Jan, welcome. Oh, Virginia, 8:30. Okay, thank you, Jan. That's good. Now I know what's the time. Sorry it's so early, but it's just trying to find a time that works for everybody. I would really be interested to know what you are working on. Oh, that sounds interesting on Bex. Okay, also 8 a.m. Becky, I think you're... Oh, let me just get some black cotton. So this is the only black cotton I've left in my studio. I need to go and get cotton sewing. I don't even have... Oh, I do have a big one over there. I think I've got one there. So, yeah, I need to go and get cotton sewing. Okay, so it is 8:30, and you're working on a, let me just see, Virginia. Oh, that's nice. Is it for Christmas, Becky, or is it just for because you're kind and you want to make her something? I'm not sure which pattern is McCall's 8343, but I'm sure I'm going to look it up as soon as I can, because I'm actually in the market for some tops. Because like I said in my last video, I really don't have tops. And yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I think for me it's often a case, oh, you're so kind, just because that's the way to do it. I often do that too. I actually love sewing for other people because I don't feel so much pressure on it. So I still haven't fixed my sewing machine. because I don't want to be without it. So I don't have a light, and my, oh, there's my headlamp. I have a headlamp. So, especially when I work with dark things. Of course, Bubbles is here. I prefer having a lamp because I can't always see. And this, is it helping? Yeah, it is. There we go. now I can see. Okay. Let's do this. I'm going to move you. I'm going to move the cotton out of the way. And I'm going to move you over here so that I can see you. Ooh, there we go. Okay. So I've got my bobbin winded up, and now it is time to place it in here. Jan, what are you working on? Is it better? So as soon as I start with something, drinking coffee and watching you is all I'm working on. That sounds perfect. Of Dawn jeans. Oh, I've heard about the Dawn jeans. I actually still want to look at it and make it. I haven't found a jeans pattern that I like yet. I've made a few pairs through the years, and I always end up giving them away because they just don't work. But then I'm also quite, oh, remember when you want to thread your needle, you lick your finger, you wet the needle, and then you wet the cotton, and it actually goes through really easy. I did cut this cotton before. Oh, jeans. Yeah, I also have to work on my Christmas gifts. With moving and everything, I don't know how many gifts I'm going to make something for my sister, and I don't know who else I'm going to see. I think I'm going to see my parents, so might make something for them. It's my mom's birthday coming up, so yeah, she will need a gift, but I don't know what to give her yet. But then also we are going through to visit her for her birthday, and it's like on the other side of the country, so I could be the gift. But we'll see what I'm gonna make and take it from there. Yeah, what are you guys planning to make for Christmas for people? So I have two friends I want to sew for. The one I'm going to make like a little bag, and for the other one I am not sure yet. Actually there's three. Yeah, there's Leanne as well. And yeah, I need to decide what to make for everybody, because also you can end up making stuff for people and then they don't really like it. Now in America I found it quite easy because people want winter things, and I love knitting for people, so I would like make mittens or a hat or something. But yeah, I haven't decided yet. How far am I? I'm about 1,300 kilometers from where I used to live. So if you look at the map from South Africa like this, I'm now on this side, and I used to live over here, and then my parents are in the middle close to Joburg. So it's not the distances you have in America, but it still takes you a day's drive about. So you can't just jump in the car and go, you have to plan. Okay, I'm making this one up as I go. I'm just and yeah, that dart is not deep enough. I only had this one piece of fabric, and I needed to make sure that it's enough. I have enough. So I literally just did an A-line skirt, one panel like this, one panel going up, and lined it. But I did in the Dior type of things, they actually tack the lining to the skirt and then they bind the side seams. So this is binding that I've had in my stash forever and a day basically. There was a lady who had a clothing shop for children in the 1960s, and so she gave me her 1960s patterns, and all the binding was also from that time. Let's see if it's really working. I feel like it's, oh, it does help a little bit. So all the binding was from that time, and I've got like antique buttons that she gave me, and it is just so special to finally be able to use it up, because I'm really trying to work through my stash. I've seen in my last video quite a few people were talking about how much they have in their stash, and it's not like, I don't know about you, but it's not like I'm going out to find things to buy, you know. It just happens. It's like you like this fabric. What happened with this? How did I get this? Somebody threw it out. Oh yes, I made something for someone, and this was the leftover fabric, and she gave it to me. And so yeah, I'm now using leftover fabric, and the lining was also leftover fabric from another order. And a lot of people, when I was still working a lot, when I was still sewing a lot, oh, you do, Aunt Bex. But I've seen your stash. You have quite an impressive stash with everything. I would love to shop off your stash as well. Oh my gosh, I sometimes look at your videos and it's like, oh my goodness, look at everything. You really have a nice stash. And I understand that you've collected it through the years. But yeah, my stash, I got rid of a lot when I moved. Oh my goodness. I think, like, you know those big bins? I've at least those stowed bins, I think it's called. That's 7 of them full of scraps and fabrics, and I've sold a lot of my fabrics and a lot of my patterns. I've dwindled my patterns down to basically a quarter of what I used to have. Because all the vintage patterns that everybody didn't want anymore came to me, and I just loved it. Because we do struggle sometimes to find patterns here, but oh my goodness, it got out of hand at one stage. Okie dokie. I'm working on this, but I'm not sure where my zip is for this dress. I hope I can find it quickly. No, I need to keep this on to be able to see you guys. Oh, you worked at Joanne's and Michael's. Okay, that explains it. Long ago, I used to be a nanny in Israel. And when I came back to South Africa, that was in the 90s, I worked at a fabric store. And it's not a very good thing to work at a fabric store. Because, like you say, you end up with a lot of fabric. Because, you know, when it goes on sale, I don't think this is working. No, it's not. My battery is flat. I need to replace the battery. So you end up with, every time they find something on sale or they get something new, you have to try it, of course. So yeah, I understand that. I really appreciate you guys joining me here, because I'm now sitting and I'm doing this. That's my biggest problem, is to do the ABC rule. ABC rule is apply butt to chair, and nothing's going to happen if you don't apply the butt to chair. So I'm busy applying the ABC rule to my sewing. The stitch length is too long. Let's make that shorter. And then I need to make sure my darts are going in the right directions. Where do I want them to go? That way? Yeah. Hey, Pinky. So, it's really a hot day today. I think it's like 27 degrees Celsius. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit. And the poor cats, they're feeling the heat. I'm so glad the wind's blowing down. Even though I hate the wind, I'm very happy at the moment. Fine. Next step, the hem. So I cut some bias binding out of the same lining that I've used. I didn't have completely enough lining, so the front and the back has 2 different colors, but you're not going to see it, so that's fine. And then I am just going to sew them all together, and that way the next step is to do the hem. Yes, I have the same thing. When your extended friends, families die, they sort out the sewing rooms, and then they come to me as well with the thing of, we don't know what to do with this. And of course you have to give the fabrics and the patterns a good home. I mean, you can't leave them to be orphans. So, well, now that's such a true, I like that expression, stroking cat fur the wrong way. Yeah. I've also started saying, can I have a look at it, and may I choose, because I don't want everything, because then it's my problem to find a home for it or to move it on, and yeah, it gets a bit much at some point. So the nice thing of lining is I don't need to go and iron. I can just go in there and do a nail press. So when you take your nail, you just press it. Okay, another thing with lining, I don't know if you know, but if you look at this, if you pull it, there's a part that pulls more than the other one. This bottom part wants to fold over more than the top part, and that's then, so the part that wants to fold over more, that's the part that you sew to something, and then your lining, your bias binding doesn't pull. We will have to go and sew just now, but oh, that's such a good point. Yes, your husband has told you that if anything were to happen with you, he wouldn't be able to get rid of my things. So I'm trying very hard to reduce the burden on him. I need to sew and sew and sew some more. You know, that is actually a very good point. And I'm sharing a house with my sister. And yeah, if something would happen to me, she will have to sort this out. So I think I need to do like an inventory and tell her, just write down, because she doesn't sew. She did make a curtain shorter today while I was out. I went to see my friend's new baby, but yeah, she's not really a sewer. So I think I need to mark my fabrics, just do like an inventory so she knows what is what. And in my will, I need to sort my will out as well. Just put there, how morbid is our conversation? Put there what needs to happen with everything. That's a very good point. My granny died when I was 13, and she was the one, this is actually her sewing machine, and she was the one who got me sewing in the first place. Actually, I think I would have sewed anyway, but she was the one who said to my mom, this child's got potential, and started teaching me. And I remember it was unexpected. She got a stroke. She was young. She was like 63. And so at that point, there were so many things that was half done. And you always think you have a lot of time still left. And I remember sitting, I was so sad because she was my lifeline in a sense at that stage. And I remember sitting there and just watching everybody go through her stuff and seeing all the half-done projects. And it literally broke my heart, because I don't know if any of my aunts finished their projects in the end, but it was just all these things that was never done. And so for many years when I was growing up, I basically believed that I was going to die at 45. I don't know why, but that was what I was thinking. And I always had this thing, is I need to finish whatever I start. Look, I've said this the wrong way. I will have to unpick it. Whatever I start, I need to finish it today, because what if I don't wake up tomorrow? Now, at least that has calmed down a little bit. I don't have that fear of dying and leaving everybody with all my half-done projects. But I would even do it with a jersey. I would sometimes knit jerseys in like a week or two at the most, but intricate jerseys, because I want, and then put myself in such soreness and stuff, because I really didn't want to leave anything undone in case something happens to me. Yeah, that's a very good point. Oh wow, so you also had that thing about 40. That's such an interesting thing. I wonder why. I must actually go and look at the psychology behind that. There must be a reason why. I know we think 40 is old at that age, but yeah, fear of dying young. Oops. Oh my goodness. So if I want to see here, I don't need glasses, but if I want to see your comments, I need glasses. It's a bit of a thing, because when I keep my glasses on, I can't see here, especially with the material being dark. And then if I take them off, I can't see there. So I'll have to find a way of how to make this live thing work. We'll just go up and down. Now, if I hold my head here, I can see it. Let's just do that. I don't know how to fix this, because I really don't want to be without my sewing machine. Not for the whole of November. I might just have to sew light fabrics for November. Okay. That was a bit silly. There we go. Flatten it. And let's keep going. So I'm just giving it a centimeter seam, because this, like I said, I didn't have a lot of this fabric. I basically used every single scrap. And so for the hem, I decided to just put a bias binding, but I'm not going to do, I'm just going to bind it, but completely, you know, like that's going to fold back up, and I will use the binding for the seam, hem. So, and I also like how it looks. I think, especially with this, that I'm almost giving it like a tailored feel. I want to use the techniques that's really nicely polished. Okay, so when I get to the, now that's where my bias binding is finishing. I let them cross over, and then I cut. So there's that one. I don't know if you can see, but that one is finishing there. So I do a little cut, and then a centimeter on is where I will cut it. And first I will just pull a thread so I can see where to cut. And now we can cut. And then I will sew the two pieces together. And that's how I bind my, join my bias binding. My fabric's getting low. Oh, my cotton is getting low. I might have to use this one. And just, I can put it in something so it doesn't fall around. I actually have something in the house, but I'm not going to fetch it now. I'll just put it back here. Because that cotton is not going to last. I'll have to unpick a little bit because I see I stretch it. And with this, you don't need the binding to be stretched. It kind of needs to be straight. And I also sew it's skew at one stage. Because this machine is so old, the pressure is not always, you know, when your pressure foot is put down, it's not always that great. So then I find my fabric do move a little bit. And I don't have an option. Do I have an option? No, I don't have an option on here to get the pressure foot to pressure better. So what I would do then is, let's just open this, is sew it from the other side. And I find that helps, that stuff doesn't move around so much. Better. Ooh, my glasses. Do any of you have plans? Oh, hi, Diane. I've been on for 20 minutes, 27 minutes. Yeah, I've been struggling to get the thing to start. That's my first where I booked a live and then came on later. Usually I just do a live and I get on. But I really am trying to get better at this YouTube thing. Yeah, sometimes it's quite intricate. I don't know how you guys do it. Van Bex, you've been doing it for a long time. So yeah, I think I'm going to start doing it at this time of the day. Just so it's, like I said, it's 3 o'clock in South Africa. It's 1 o'clock in England. And I see that, I don't know, I think, Van Bex, Becky, where are you? And Jan, where are you guys? You are in Florida, I think. So it's on this side of the country. Yeah. So I see it's like 8:30 there. So I'd either do it at this time or I'm going to do it maybe 1 hour later, like 2 o'clock England time. And then it would be 9 o'clock your time. Let me know what will work for you guys. So yes, South Carolina. Oh, okay. So Diane, I'm busy working here on a winter skirt. It's lined and it's got binding on the seams. And this is the one that I've started like in the middle of July, I think. And it's now the season to finish it. Because, like I said before, I am tired of having all these half-done things everywhere. Oh, okay, South Washington, D.C. Trees. Oh, awesome. Okay, so this time is working for you guys. Perfect. Oh. Isn't your time going to change soon? I know that the clocks have moved on in England, but I'm not sure how many hours south. Let's just have a look. An hour south. Okay. Okay. So my next step now is to do understitching on the bias binding. So I'm going to do it right there. Oh, Jan. No, who just came? Is it? Oh, you in Stan? Oh, okay. Oh, this time thing. Diane, sorry. Diane, this is the skirt. And I've just done the darts and I'm now going to do the hem because I don't know where my zip is. Okay, so standard time. This time thing has always confused me a little bit, but I must say I'm much better after the last 2 years of traveling. But yes, in the beginning when we started this live, Diane, I told everybody that my computer runs on English, on England, on time, the England time. I don't know how to change it. I think it's registered in England. So when the time frames change, I kind of am lost because it moves on. So in summer, we're an hour behind or ahead of England. And in winter, we have 2 hours. And my computer, when I put the live session, when I booked it, it was on the UK time, and I kind of got lost in the process. But it's okay. I'm here and we're going. And Becky, thank you for waiting. That's one person waiting that actually got me going. I might just get this skirt done today. That would be amazing. Wait, what can I see? Ooh, I found another cotton. Yay! Yeah, so I will start. Today I was late. I started at basically 30 minutes ago. I think it's 8:30 your time. But I can start this time, or that's fine, or I can start half an hour earlier or half an hour later. But yes, I'm going to try and do it this time every day, because this is the time that most people, that most of the countries, the time overlaps. Oh, my top cotton just finished. That is so irritating. And it made a big balagan at the bottom. So I lived in Israel at one stage, and I had learned a little bit of Hebrew, but I wasn't too interested in learning it. I'm actually sad I didn't put more effort in. But one of the words, if it's a big mess, it says a big mess is gadol balagan. A big mess is gadol balagan. It's a big mess. And I used to love the word balagan. It's such a nice word to say. So to this day, when I make a mess, when it makes that crow's nest at the bottom, when all the fabrics just connects, then I call it a balagan because it says so nicely. So because this is such an old sewing machine, this little thing where I wind my bobbins is smaller than most of my bobbins. So my bobbins are bigger in the middle. Now, sometimes I will put a piece of cotton, which I maybe should do here. You can use that piece. And then just push it through like that. And that will hold it. So I didn't do that when I winded this bobbin. And look how messy it winded. So when that happens, you actually end up with bad tension on your sewing, and I think that's also part what happened there. Let's just rewind that part. Now, Anne, what are you working on at the moment? Perfect. So that is done. Let's finish the top stitching. Oh, lovely. Top. Is it one that you drafted yourself, or is it a specific pattern? Because I'm always in the market for top patterns. I find I love making dresses and I love making pants, but I'm not a big fan of making tops. Oh, what I'm wearing today is, this is a Tina Givens top, and it's got like little pieces, so I put very old lace that my granny had in her stash, and then I dyed this fabric with avocado, and it made some stains through the process, so I just put these little butterflies over it, and then in the back it's got a little where is it, up there, a little elastic with also lace. And then I have these pants. It's a pair of linen pants that a friend of mine threw out, and I love it. And I'm really trying to wear more handmade. I have a few dresses that I bought and a few things that I bought through the years, but I try to wear at least one handmade thing a day, even if it's just my panty. So at one stage I made everything. I made my bras, my panties and everything. But the amount of work you have to put in to make a bra, it is just not worth it for me. So that I buy now because it's just easier. But for the rest, I really try to be in a place where I make my own clothes in all ways. Like knit the socks and make the underwear and make the clothes. It just gives me such a sense of accomplishment, and I don't know, I feel cool. It's a 5 out of 4 knit top called Sloan. Just a simple top. Someone gave me some knit material and I thought I'd try that. That sounds interesting. When I'm done here, I'm actually going to go and look up all the patterns that you guys are mentioning, just to see. Now, I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but my favorite thing to sew is stretch fabric. And I've really been forcing myself to do other fabrics. You guys are coming with me. We're going to iron. Ooh, look at this mess. So I was looking for patterns, and this is alterations that we're going to do tomorrow. And yeah, I need to still tidy up some days. It's like a whirlwind went through here, and the whirlwind is me. There is no one else that makes this mess. It's just me. I still don't know where my zip is. What did I do? Oh, I found my zip. Found the zip. Let's put it over at the sewing machine. But first, we need some more light. I'm just going to move you like that and put the light on. There we go. Let's do some ironing. Do I have water? Nope. Oh well, I'm just going to iron it like this. And cut off the excess threads as we go. So I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to finish this skirt while we're busy, because I still need to find the facings for the top. But I'm going to go as far as I can, and then I will finish the rest on my own, so that I can tick off one item for tomorrow. Because I really, that's my goal, is to do an item a day. Even if I just sew with you guys and then get going on my own, because it's really been a thing. Oh no, Becky. So the secret of knits, let me show you here, is the first thing. When you always remember, just before I forget, this cover, get yourself one. You will not burn your fabrics unless it is silk lace, every French silk lace. Don't ask me how I know. So anyway, you have your stretch fabrics. So when you sew it, you can overlock it But if you sew it, give it a little bit of a stretch while you sew it, so it can pull back after you're done. I see there is cotton. Yeah, the serger does make it much easier. And also sometimes when the fabric is some fabrics just don't want to be sewed, especially knit fabrics. So anyway, you stretch it a little bit. Then also use a bigger needle than what you think you need. Sometimes if it's like this, I won't go too big because it will make holes in it. But if you use a bigger needle, it does work better. What I've also done in the past with something like bonbon. Bonbon is like, I don't have an example here. It's that really stretchy, almost silky material. That stuff is horrible. And my sewing machine, especially my old sewing machine, doesn't want to, this one I'm working on now, it hates it. But what you do is you put paper. So I use toilet paper. And then you can put it at the bottom, but I usually just put it on top. And then you can tear it off afterwards. And that really works well to get it to sew through that. So yeah, there's different things you can do. You can also try a walking foot. I know my one friend uses a walking foot when she's got, she makes a lot of like hockey and cheerleading outfits and swimming costumes for schools. So I know with her, a lot of those fabrics are really horrible, and then she would use a walking foot. But yeah, you can try those things and it might really work. Serger, yes, I saw the serger. I love my serger. So for years I didn't have one, and when I finally got one, it was like the best thing ever. It was a terrible one, oh my goodness. It would bunch up and just go really crazy on me. But that's where I learned how to not be intimidated by my serger, because I constantly had to change the cotton. And it would work fine, and then suddenly start bunching up. And then I would have to start all over, literally take all the cotton out, re-thread it. Not like now, I can just tie knots and start completely from scratch. But like I said, it was good training. I am really good at sorting sergers out now. And yeah, it was a thing. Oh no! Why would so Becky, why didn't you use it? Was it too intimidating? Because they really work well. And you know, with a lot of stretch fabrics these days, they won't unravel. You can literally just sew it and they will be fine. Oh, I'm sorry. I wish I was there to teach you, because it's really not difficult. Oh, I remember having one of my students, and she was also so scared of her serger. And now she only sews on her serger. Sometimes I had to fight with her to actually use her sewing machine. Yeah, sergers. I think it's also, you know what, Becky, most likely when you got yours, the earlier ones, some of them were really horrible. They weren't very user-friendly, and they would bunch up and cut your fabric. And that's a very good thing. You're right. They aren't cheap at all. Yeah. So Becky, did you get rid of yours, or do you still have it? Yeah, edge finishing is a good way of using it. But like I said, you can also use it to sew with. What my one friend also does is she tacks things, and then she overlocks, because then it doesn't move around. And also, you can pin. There is a way of pinning it. Maybe I should show you guys that when I do. Yeah, I'll show you when I do these things, how to pin and still be able to serge, because that's also not always clear. Why is this thing not wanting to fold in and iron flat? I might have to go in and just unpick that part. Good morning, Diane. It's nice to have friends like that, Becky. The ones who will not let you go. Hi, Kim. So, what I want to suggest for those of you who don't really feel comfortable sewing with knits, go and get a cheap. I mean, I've seen at Walmart, they sometimes have like bundles of knit fabrics. So just go and get some and cut out a t-shirt. And if it flops, it flops. It's not the end of the world. And just start trying to sew with it, because knits are really so nice. I mean, if you want a pair of pants that fit really nice, I've for years only worn knit pants, but I'm trying to get out of that. But if you want a pair of pants that really fits nice, Bonbon or Ponte is one of the best things to make pants in. And it's so forgiving. So yeah, go and get some, Kim. Yeah, try and get some. Let me just see who's... it doesn't want to go down. I can't see. Patricia. Hi, Patricia. Yeah, try and get some knits. Maybe also at the second-hand store. Buy an old t-shirt, cut it up, and just try and make some things. You can even make a jacket for your cat or your dog. Because what I've learned and what I've also seen with my students through the years, it helps if you play with things and there's no pressure that it has to turn out well. And then when it does turn out well, it's such a nice relief. So yeah, life is too short to let fabrics intimidate us. Come on, we're all very skilled women. I mean, most of us lived for a long time already. So yes, let's go and face our fears. So the fear I'm facing at the moment, speaking of fears, I hate talking to people. I'm not talking to people, but like cold calling and stuff. And one of my jobs is a sales job. And it's not my personality to do sales, but I love the product. So for that reason, I want as many people as possible to know about it. So for this week, after my last video, let's see, pointy for pants. Yes, Dan. It's like making yoga waistbands. That's the best. Life is too short. So I've decided this week that I am going to just speak to people, tell them about the product that I love, because people ask me about it, and then I would like, yeah, you know, it's this thing, and so that's the fear I'm facing this week. And today I set out to speak to 2 people, and I did. And it was not the end of the world. And I thought I was going to fall apart and whatever, but it was actually so nice, because it wasn't about selling, it was about telling. So the same with sewing is like these things that we look at and we think, oh no, it's too difficult, or to this or to that. The first stop I made on the search. Okay, Diane was a cheap double brush. Ooh. Okay, I'm coming now. I'm just finding my pins. So, double brush poly. I was not used to it. Who's that? Double brush poly. I don't touch it. I made one dress in it. I hate it. I love the dress, but I hated working with it. It was the worst. But oh, you know what you do? I don't have it here. You know your glue sticks. You stick it together with a glue stick. You can also do that with very slippery fabrics. So the one option is to use starch spray, And the other option is to use a glue stick and just stick it together, because it makes it hard, and then you can sew through it and just wash it out afterwards. And the glue stick dries, so it's not like your needle gets sticky. So that works really well. I'm now just spinning my hem as I go. Now the thing with Ponte and even double brush cotton, not double brush, what was that, poly, yeah, I don't particularly like that feeling on my skin. My sister called me the princess and the pea, because I most likely will feel the pea in the bed as well. So, but I love this. This is viscose lycra, and it is so soft on your skin. And even this is not always, yeah, the glue stick, Jan, it works really well. And then you can still use your pins if you need to, or you can just tack it. I find also with that type of fabrics, like double brush poly, it does help to tack it. Just because it moves like crazy. It's literally as slippery as, I don't know what. Okay, I'm almost done with this hem. I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. Finally, I'm getting some stuff done. This is really helping. I'm so happy to see you guys here, because to tell you the truth, if you weren't here, I would have lost interest already. And just throw it back on the hanger and speak about it, and my next time I talk about it and say, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. Yeah, this is holding me accountable. I love it. Thank you, guys. Michelle. Hi, Michelle. Oh, yes, gabardine. My granny used to work with that. I haven't seen much of it around. Do you still get it? Where do you get it? Oh, she used to make the most stunning dresses out of her gabardine. Oh, she was such a character. So strict. Oh my goodness. She made me unpick my doll's clothes. And she used to say to me, my darling, your inside of your things needs to be as pretty as the outside. You have to be able to wear it inside out. She, my mom told me that when she would make a wedding dress or something, she would like throw the fabric and cut as she go. She was amazing in that. And I always felt like I didn't have enough time with her. Aunt Becky, I just opened a seam binding and I could order the 1971 craft book if it was still. It's so cool. The end is inside. Oh, so I used to do health and safety at the place where I worked, and so there was a lot of things that you had to be aware of, things that I never even thought of. And Michelle, okay, dry scent stuff from the Netherlands. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, you can import things or order things from online from other countries, but the import taxes on it is so high over here. But I think you guys in America are also struggling with that at the moment. So anyway, I can't remember what I was talking about. Oh, anyway, back to my granny. She used to also make these dresses. I actually have quite a lot of her patterns, and it was so interesting to see how quickly she would just zoom them up. Oh, no, I was talking about health and safety. I've just done it again. So with health and safety, you have to tell people what to do to stay safe, but you have to do it yourself as well. So I remember the one day I was training the pack house on health and safety, and we were talking about not touching your face, because we were packing peppers at that stage. Not touching your face while you're packing, because you're spreading germs basically. And as I was talking to them, I was like touching my face and everything. And the one girl, oh, she was so funny. She was like, you're touching your face while you're telling us not to. So yeah, health and safety. Don't put the pins in your mouth. My granny used to do that, and I learned it from her. I always wanted to put pins in my mouth. I thought it was so cool. But yes, it's dangerous. Don't put them in your mouth. I've heard my one friend, her daughter, they actually had to rush her to hospital because she was making her what do you call that, prom dress, and so the mom was making the prom dress and she was helping her, and the child had some of these pins in her mouth, and she swallowed a pin, and they had to take it out with operation. So I'm really working on not putting my pins in my mouth, because people can get the idea that it's safe, and then I'm liable. So yeah, remind me not to put them in my mouth if you see me, because this is about accountability. Yeah, man, this hem is taking far too long, but I do want to do it correctly and properly, so I'm just gonna keep going. Okay, that's wrong. And I think I'm going to put the hem in by hand, because I love doing that. To me, it's so relaxing when I can do handwork. Do you guys like handwork? I call handwork my meditation time. Oh yes, the binding on your back of your quilts. That sounds awesome. Oh, Diane, what did you say? I love your video about the dangers in the sewing room. Sewed through a finger once and broke the needle off. Had to go to the emergency room and have it removed. Oh my goodness, that is scary. Yeah, we don't think about the dangers in our sewing room. You know, I don't know about you guys, but I kind of get complacent some days. It's like I need to be more aware of my surroundings and what I'm doing, and focusing on what I'm doing, because yeah, it's dangerous. So over here, I didn't pull the lining enough. So can you see it's like flapping over? So I'm just going to unpick this little part and just do it. But I've pinned the lining of the binding on the hem, and I'm going to do that by hand. And yes, I see we're at 59 minutes, and I am not going to hold you up. This was so nice. I loved spending time with all of you. Thank you for visiting with me. It really is helping. I hope you got some stuff done. I would really, yeah, I would really like to hear all the things you're making. And I will see you tomorrow, same time. So we've decided it is 1 o'clock UK time. It is 8 o'clock US time, or I can make it an hour later. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Diane. Yes, tomorrow will be fun. And Becky, how much did you get done? Is your top almost done? Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.